Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, a.k.a. Tony, a.k.a. the CEO, a.k.a. the one who signs in cash and does all the checking and balances in this motherfucker.
The head accountant.
With no checking and balances.
That would make for a really funny company. Tony's the fucking head accountant.
The money would be all fucked up. Is that what you're trying to say?
Pretty much. I think it'll be a shit show.
Whatever. Here with some of my nearest and dearest, I got my dog Pooch, a.k.a. Master, Chief, Editor, a.k.a. the Bald One, a.k.a. That's it. I ain't got nothing else for him.
What's going on?
Also in the building, I got my dog Mateo, a.k.a. the Editor, a.k.a. Green Thumb, a.k.a. Handlebars Joe.
Ooh.
You like that one?
I thought about shaving just down to the handlebars at some point, but I don't know like if I would look too trashy or not.
It's crazy. That shit was thicker. You trimmed them shits down.
Oh, yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Oh, dude, my beard was getting long. It wasn't like your level, but it was getting long.
Thank you.
Do the handlebars. It'll grow back.
Eventually.
Okay.
It'll be a little weird, though. Like, he's got the thick.
It'd be
Shit's
hot.
crazy.
It just doesn't touch all the way through. Got a little gap in there.
It's weird because you got that little patch here, too.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's damn good reference there, though. Like that. Also in the building, last but not least, got your boy Doe, aka the One, aka DJ Doey Fresh.
Thank you.
Aka White Legs.
That's true.
Even with all the biking, you got white legs still?
Bro, the man has
like
the palest.
The top half of my body soaks up the sun. My legs shine it. It's so white, it reflects it back out.
This shit is transparent.
Do they
Those
sunburn?
Those white legs will always prevail. They're white.
Yeah.
Do they get sunburned easily or?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, they do.
Shit is weird. I don't know. But yes, we are the One Up. We are everything you always wanted in a podcast. Just want to say.
Bold claim.
Well, I'm willing to make bold claims. I'm the CEO.
We are the world-renowned podcast.
Wow, he just took another
We
level.
are
That's the One
international.
Up. We are.
That's true.
Shout outs to UK.
I hope people don't watch this and then take you seriously.
What do you mean? I'm shooting out to the UK. We got listeners over there. Whether they're making fun of us Americans or not, they're watching, they're listening. I fucks with them. Good or bad, I fucks with it. That's it. Who's to say we go to UK one day as a vacation trip on the One Up podcast bill?
The cock. What are you saying?
I was about to say the One Up cock. As on the One Up podcast is like financial, right? I take you guys out to a vacation, and the UK be like, "Oh, pull up, it's the One Up," and they come up and not in that type of accent. They probably hating it right now, but I'm just saying, it should be lit. I go to New York and people are like, "Oh, you're the CEO of the One Up." I'm like, it's me.
Is this gonna
All
be
of the boys people?
Is this gonna be like my Florida flight, where like we're gonna have Tony book the flight and whatnot, and he's gonna be like, "I got a cheap flight to London," and we all get on the plane and we end up in like London, Ohio, or something.
We'll get a flight to Georgia, and he'll take us to Georgia, the country, not the state. What the fuck?
Yeah, y'all pieces of shit, bro. Y'all are some pieces of shit. I can't believe I call y'all friends. Can't believe.
Friend, this is what friends do. Strangers wouldn't talk shit to you. You know?
So how was everybody's week, man? Weekend? How was your job? How was life? Doe, did you do anything interesting?
For one, I have to say rest in peace to the South Park Phone Destroyer game. They are ending. They got one last card they're gonna make after this last one, and then it's over. It's been a good 4 years, but it's sad. It's coming to an end.
Do you
How do
get
you get
anything
these
for all the
updates?
money you put into that game?
I have a good team. I'm on a good team. I just play.
But the servers are shutting down, so like all that is just lost.
No. They're continuing service in the game.
Oh, okay.
They're just not gonna create new content. They're not gonna do any more balances and stuff like that.
So how
You
much?
would think they.
Go for it, Tony.
I would say you would think that they would after all the money you put into their fucking company.
I think they're just trying to make the next game.
They should add you to that shit.
I mean,
Okay,
see
there's
what
a
happens.
fucking Doe's Gooch card.
Also, talking about Gooches, rest in peace to my Gooch. Once a primitive, once a beautiful, pristine land full of just little ripples, like right underneath. You know how your ball has that weird texture? It's like a weird type of skin. If you skin graft your ball skin and then put it somewhere else, it's gonna look different. It doesn't look like skin. So it's those once supple, rippled lands are now tarnished.
Bro, what are you doing?
What happened? Like I've been not wanting to ask this question all week, but what happened to your gooch? I've got to ask now. I'm sorry,
So it's
audience.
I've been riding my bike a lot, but like more vigorously, because to get this bike up to speed, I have to do more rotations per minute. So I'm just biking more vigorously, longer, and there's a lot of chafing and there's a lot of rubbing, and I got a ingrown hair in a very unsightly place.
All right,
The
all right,
gooch.
all right. That shit is
The gooch,
ridiculous.
yeah. So it ended up growing. I started putting the stuff on it, and then it popped, and then I was riding through all of this like it was, you know what I mean. I didn't stop riding, and yeah, one of the days I took off my underwear, and it was a lot of red. Looked like red hands of the song.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know why the fuck we just went into a bullshit story about this man's problems.
Doe took his pants off and discovered he just got his first period.
Yeah. I call it my Gucci now. My Gucci. It's I feel like I am about to get an extendo clip on my butthole.
Do we need to get you a donut to sit on or something?
That's
No.
a fact.
No.
Why is
Maybe-
this normal to you guys right now? I don't understand.
I mean, it's an injury. You know that like marathon runners, their nipples will start bleeding while they're like running the marathon from like just the shirt like chafing for 26 miles.
I know me and Poocha were dying with our nipples chafed after working out and playing basketball for 5 hours.
It'll never happen to me again. I've purchased this fucking immaculate product called Mr. Nipple. And it's like it's like a pasty.
Very nice.
But it's fucking powerful. And you put them bitches on, and there's no chafing happening. When I was going to the boxing gym, there's no AC in that gym. In fact, I think they run a heater.
Holy
Because it would
shit.
be like, it'd feel over 100 every time in that motherfucker. And everybody in there, it's a fucking waterfall. You're just dripping everywhere you're walking. So your shirt is just soaked through. So there were times I chafed pretty fucking bad to the point that I had like scabs on my nipples. Oof. Like it was bad. Mm-hmm. And then I discovered Mr. Nipple and never looked back. It saved me.
I thought you were going to talk about a special O'Keefe's product that was just designed for your nipples.
I wish. No. I don't know who owns Mr. Nipple. It might just be the Mr. Nipple Corporation. Yeah.
That's crazy. What about you, Mateo? How was your week?
Not bad, dude. I went and picked up some 45-pound dumbbells today. So I
Very nice.
busted those out in my new workout. My weight rack is full up. I can't put any more dumbbells on. So if I'm buying anything else, I have to do a massive redecoration of that room again. So
You just got to get rid of the light ones now. Right? You're at 45. Get rid of the 20s. You know.
Yeah, I've still got to use for like the 10s and 15s for like some like auxiliary like muscles and things, but like they're not super heavily used. So those might be the next to go, or they might go on like their own little like tiny tree or something. But nothing else, dude. I've been playing the hell out of Peglin on the Steam Deck. So if you see me look down during this podcast, no, you didn't.
Can you prove it?
How you been doing, Tony?
I've been good, man. Fucking happy Father's Day to everybody out there. This will be releasing after Father's Day, but please do not come in my room. But yeah, happy Father's Day. I didn't do shit this week. Work was fucking bullshit. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did see an accident happen in front of me. Craziest shit I ever seen. Poor old lady trying to fucking merge onto the turnpike or no to 95, and another old person just collided. The dude went from the express lane all the way over to the exit lane to get off, and the lady was going in. Smack! They both went onto the side of the road. I literally was like, "Wow, I should stop." Then I realized, nope, it's not my job. Just kept on going. Nope, not gonna do that.
I'm assuming it wasn't like a, oh my god, people were injured type accident.
Nah, it was a quick fender bender, but still, I was like, I'm not gonna stop. Not
so
on
the quick
I-95.
fender bender's the craziest shit you've ever seen.
I mean, like as of recently, yeah, that's crazy. To see two people crash in front of me and I don't get involved, yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy.
You know, I've never actually seen an accident in front of me on the road. In, like 20 years of driving, never seen one happen in front of me.
I saw
One
it.
time I was driving on the highway. I'm with you, Mateo. I haven't seen a crash. Mm-hmm. But one time I was driving on the highway and I was looking at a car because they were like driving a bit erratically. And then I like stopped looking over there and I turned back to like focusing on the road. And then I heard my wife go, "Oh my God." And when I looked, the car was fucking tumbling on the side of the road.
Holy shit.
I've seen that, but I missed like, I guess what the fuck caused the tumbling. She saw the whole thing. She was freaked out by it. It happened so fast too that I didn't even have an opportunity to like even think about stopping. Like by the time I was like, I was like a mile down the road and shit.
See, I've seen like the aftermath of crazy shit. I saw a car in full-on flames on the side of the road one time. The people were outside of the car. They were not, injured from this at least. I don't know what caused it. Cars in full-on flames. The fire truck's coming behind me. I'm like, okay, this is handled. I don't even have to worry about whether I should stop or not. I've only got like water in this thing anyway, too. I don't think that's going to help in this situation.
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's not worth for you to stop because like you'll get in an accident by trying to stop and help. You know what I mean? It's just not unless someone's dying. I would say go help a motherfucker out, but just something like minor. Just keep on going. Like they'll be all right. I don't know. Maybe that's probably some asshole shit in me, but just that's why I like New York. New York, a lot of people just mind their fucking business. They just keep on rolling by. Like everybody kind of just ignores people in a way. It's good and it's bad, but still, like.
I mean, it sounds scary if you're like being robbed in an alleyway or something.
Yeah, ain't nobody in New York gonna save you. No one. They're gonna look, walk by, keep minding their business. That's how I feel.
Our own Moomin Rider up there might jump in to save the day.
That nigga ain't saving nobody.
There's degrees of what New Yorkers will ignore, though. Like, it depends on the setting. Like, somebody who's on the train indiscriminately robbing people, you might have a train full of people jump this motherfucker. Like,
that guy's going to have a broken arm, a broken leg. His eye's going to be out of his socket. No one saw shit. No, they didn't see anything.
I think the things that people find crazy is maybe tame for New Yorkers, but there's still a level of crazy that people be like, "Oh shit!" They'll finally like start turning their heads and shit. Like,
I would agree with that, actually. Yeah. I retract some of my statements. Just some. That's it. Nothing more.
What'd you get up to this
What
week,
about-
Booch?
Yeah. I was
Beat
about
you
say
to
that.
it.
I've been playing quite a
Goat
number of video games.
Simulator.
No, Goat Simulator.
That's what you were saying this past week or a couple days ago. You was like, I'm going to get Goat Simulator.
You're lying. In fact, if we look at our download list, only one of the two of us have downloaded and installed Goat Simulator.
Like the old
You,
one?
Tony.
Oh, dope.
I've got it on Steam.
I'm pretty sure it's you, Tony. You downloaded Goat Simulator. You were like,
I-
oh, goats, I love this game.
Nope.
It's
I
not-
like to see you being wrong, and this is one of those instances where I'm kind of happy that you're wrong.
It's a game that if you get a little tipsy, it's not unenjoyable to play with some buddies. It's stupid. It's one of the dumbest games that's ever been made.
And yet it probably has a lot more sales than like other games.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
there's people that just, like people like construction simulators or trucking or truck driver
Construction Simulator
simulators.
is a good game.
Hence my reasoning.
Doey runs a fucking gas station in one of his games.
Yeah, it's just wild to me. Just go work at a gas station.
He doesn't realize that he's muted either.
I am I'm proud owner of a gas station.
I watched
Is
him
it like
just
a
I watched him just shuffle cars with a push broom for like 30 minutes the last time he was playing that.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pooch, we cut you off.
Sure
What game
did.
have you been playing?
A lot. I've been playing Wild Arms. I've been playing Ape Escape. I platinumed Intelligent Cube.
What?
Fuck.
Is it an easy platinum or did you work at it?
It was fun. I cheated a little bit because it has built-in save states, so you could just like rewind a little bit. So I'm not gonna lie. So they were like, I would lose a level, I would restart it and keep playing because I think that shit game overs you and takes you all the way to the back. I ain't doing that
Nah,
bullshit.
fuck that.
That's
That's
trash.
what's up.
But yeah, not the best week. I worked 6 days this week, so I'm not happy about it.
I saw you
Yeah,
working
that-
on Friday.
I worked today, this morning. It sucked.
Damn.
That's nuts.
You know what's crazy?
I told you guys I was gonna work. Then I said I'm not gonna work, and then
Ended up
I
working.
got called in.
Damn.
That's rough, dude.
It's always good that we, can change the schedule around. As a CEO, I try to help and lead everything for my
Bitch, we're
employees.
accommodating you today. What is this guy talking about?
Wasn't he just telling us this week about, as the manager, you got to deny that PTO request? What if there's too many guys out at the same time?
It's a fact. It's a fucking fact. Any motherfucker that works, when you put in for your vacation time, it's a fucking request. And if you don't think that's a fucking request, then you need to quit your job. Because at the end of the day, that's a fucking request. You're not.
I do
you
not
can't-
request vacation.
This
time.
is my PTO. I get to use it when I feel like using it.
If you got a nice enough boss, then yeah, sure. Like me, I would do that. But if 4 niggas is taking off at the same time, nah, bro. I'm sorry. I can't let the 5th person do it. I can't. I need somebody here working.
You just shut
It's
down.
just how it is.
Shut down for the week.
Shut down. Well, let's just shut down the whole entire hospital so everybody can go on vacation. No, that's not how that works. Not how
You
that
don't
works.
work at a hospital.
Not me. I'm just saying in general. Certain people can't take off. Like,
Yeah, that's obvious. There's certain if all the doctors went home, people would die.
facts.
So there's certain careers where it's not feasible. I think most places people could take vacations.
Like, Doughboy shouldn't be able to take any vacation
Ever.
at all. His job
Apparently,
is too
have you seen
important.
that fucking schedule?
No one can decipher that schedule.
What's up with that schedule?
What do the
bro?
X's mean? He's like, I don't even know.
There's
I think
X's.
it
There was
means
some
they're
whiteout. I think there was a hole in one of the sections.
This man Doe said, I've never seen this shit in my whole entire life working here. I was like, that's bad.
Because I'd just take days off and I'd get them.
Yeah, you owe Mateo like $100.
Nah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that owed Mateo some type of misfortune of money doing vacation trips.
It's the Florida
You should
tax,
still
man.
feel guilty that I haven't costed Mateo $100. So
I'm going to
That's
buy
gonna happen.
Mateo a game on Steam.
Of $100?
I'll buy him $100 worth of games.
He's gonna buy me.
$100
He's
worth
gonna
of
buy me
Bad
one of the
Rats.
games that he enjoys. So it's gonna be
XCOM,
XCOM.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a
Dead
waste.
Space,
Slay
Dead
the
Space
Spire.
2.
I hate people like that. Like, I'll spend $100 on shit that I want you to play. Like, no, bitch, give me $100 gift card. I'll be all right with
It's all shit he's going to guilt trip you into playing with him later.
Once.
So really, he's just buying himself gifts.
that. Pretty much.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
Damn. STD reference, but whatever. I'll just drop it like that. Oh, I did want to ask you guys. Did you guys see that the World Cup's going to be in Miami?
Oh yeah.
The World Cup. Wow. That's pretty crazy.
I'm actually thinking about probably trying to go. I heard it's lit. Shit is I never watched soccer. Like, I think Pucho watched.
I think
I think one World Cup game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
I
there's
don't think
also I think there's also a World Cup game in like Kansas City or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, they're doing cities. Miami
Okay.
has one of the games, so yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I think when you say the World Cup is going to be, people
the
think
whole
of like
thing, right? Yeah.
the,
The whole
game
thing,
or
yeah.
the final game.
No, it's just
I think
one
it's
game.
like one of the earlier matches. But
It's still lit though. Like, I don't
no, that's
ever remember.
fire. That's
I never
fire.
remember a World Cup anywhere in the States, in U.S. at all. Can y'all? I don't even watch soccer.
Now they
like that.
switch countries every 4 years, so we're pretty young people.
11 venues in the U.S.
Damn.
It's crazy that they're doing that too, because usually the to house so many people, they build like stadiums. So like if they do, you should go look at what the stadiums look like in these other countries, like these areas where they built like a World Cup stadium just for that time. The World Cup ends and it becomes like it just starts to deteriorate over time, like because it's usually not the closest. They don't end up using it for anything else. It's just like deteriorating over time.
Yeah, the Olympic villages that they tear down and shit are crazy.
They're gonna use the Hard Rock Stadium, like the Dolphin Stadium, pretty much is what they're gonna use for that game. So yeah,
It'll be cool.
that's pretty lit.
It'll be cool to have some kind of like a championship team play in that stadium.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That'd be nice. Actually, you know what? I would be excited to see like my boy E. His team is fucking Chelsea. I would love to go out there with him and watch it. You know what I mean? Should be lit. Watch one of my
Chelsea
people's.
don't play in the World Cup though.
No.
It's countries.
Oh,
Chelsea's like a
that just shows you
city
how to watch
of-
shit about
in
soccer.
England or some shit. Like
Yeah, it's like a club inside of whatever. Soccer's confusing.
I don't watch it. All I know is I like I forgot what the team is, but it's the one with like a fucking bird in it. Forget what it's called. I know Ever was probably turning in his fucking sleep right now, wondering like this guy's slaughtering a team again.
I feel like we've looked this up on the podcast before.
Like
keep
in
forgetting
all
her
of
names.
sports, you like the bird,
It's like a bird one. I don't know
the
what.
Falcons,
No, it's
the
some
Ravens?
weird birds.
the Mighty Ducks,
Ooh,
Nope. The mighty
the big
Ducks.
green.
the Blue Jays. The Penguins.
The penguin.
The ice bats.
Oh,
I'm
no,
out of bird teams. I
It's
can't think
it's
of
the
any.
Hotspurs. They're called the Hotspurs.
The Hawks.
Total Ham Hotspurs. It's a British football club. I like them. I fuck with
But yeah,
them.
in the World Cup, it's countries. So like over the years, there's like a variety of different clubs that play. There's like the Premier League. There's the Champions League. I think Chelsea plays in the Champions League. There's teams that play in multiple leagues. There's leagues that happen just in like Spain and Portugal, and there's others that happen between like England and Spain and Portugal, and It's like Mateo said, it's pretty fucking confusing. So you got people that play for some team in Spain, but then when the World Cup comes around, they'll play for Brazil because they're Brazilian or whatever. So.
Like I said, I don't watch enough soccer.
I see. Okay. It's
kind of
different
like
in that way.
I don't know if you've paid more attention to the World Baseball Classic, but it functions similarly. You got these Dominican players, they play in the MLB, and they might play for the Red Sox or the Yankees or whatever, but then they'll play for Dominican Republic in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, like I said, I don't follow soccer or baseball like that, so it is what it is.
It's like the Olympics. When we play for USA, it's almost the same thing.
Yeah, it's just that in America, we're so American-centric that we don't have a lot of players that are American that play elsewhere. That's rare. Like, all of our sports are in America, so, yeah.
Yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Follow, like us, share us. We're on all social media platforms, all audio-only platform. We don't push P to this day, and we will never push P to this day. But, like I said, comment, share, like, whatever. We're here. Just do it. Who knows? We'll give you a shout out.
500 subscribers in 2 weeks. Tony eats his beard.
That's not gonna happen. That actually, I'm actually happy that won't happen.
Damn,
mean,
this,
I don't know.
our,
If we get
CEO,
500,
our CEO is excited that we're not getting subscribers. Do you guys hear this?
I mean, I really don't want to shave my beard. That would be sad. I'll look horrendous.
You could go to the barbershop and get them to put some of that shit on to give you a beard.
Bro, it's crazy. I don't know. I wouldn't do that.
I would say if you shaved your beard, you should absolutely wear a fake beard afterwards.
Oh, that'd be funny. He could just swap beards every week. Be Santa beard one week.
I've seen Tony without a beard. It is a sight, ladies and gentlemen. It is something you can't imagine.
Is he gonna look like 10 years younger?
Yeah, that too. He did look younger, but it was just weird, man. It was like, what is this? I can't even describe it.
It transforms him.
Shit is
Like,
terrible.
it's a fucking disguise. All he has to do is do nothing but shave his face, and no one's bagging him. They wouldn't even accept him in the airport with his own passport. Like,
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'll look like Buzz Lightyear, like the Chico version of it, though. Pretty much.
new Buzz too. He's looking young and weird.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, first topic of the list, boys. We got some big summer game announcements. A lot of games coming out. PS5, Xbox, PC, whatever the fuck. Have you guys seen any of the lists, or is there anything you guys find intriguing?
I have a question for Pucho.
Oh.
Pucho, what the fuck is Hideo Kojima working on?
Yeah, what a
That was my
cock
favorite
tease.
fucking. It's a question for me, David.
Damn!
Okay. Wow, he got very serious. I thought it was a funny joke. That was my favorite fucking announcement so far, and all across the board. They fucking who's doing the shit for Xbox? Whatever that guy's name, I can't stand them either.
Was it Keeley? It wasn't Keeley, was it?
No. The guy looks like a sausage to me, but I can't stand his face.
The CEO for Xbox?
All right, whatever. I don't care. Anyways, he's like, yo, we got an exciting thing with Kojima. Kojima comes on, there's just a video, and he's like, today I'd like to announce that I'm working on a project for the Xbox. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and now I'm doing it. And then the video cut, and I was like, okay. All right. And that shit was like near the end. Like, that was one of their fucking like hard hitters, you know? Mm-hmm. That shit was comical as fuck.
Is it
I don't know what it actually is. It's some bullshit.
Is it going to be another Stranding type game?
Nah. I mean, it's gonna be about interconnectivity, I guess. So yes.
Could you make a Stranding type horror game? I really want to see him make something spooky.
Like a Silent Hill.
Like PT, that fucking demo, wasn't he? He was the one working on that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he could do
like
some
how-
good spooky stuff.
I mean, wait till Blue Box. You know?
That shit's
Oh,
never coming out.
shit.
That game is called Abandoned because it is abandoned.
Damn.
Yo, that game is a shit show. Who had I think it was the dude from GameSpot or something managed to get an interview out of that guy.
Oh yeah, I read that.
All his answers were just so bizarre. It was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen, and it was just unbelievable to me. Actually, maybe it was Colin Moriarty. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was Colin Moriarty. It was the weirdest fucking interview ever. Like at the end of it, I was like, I still know nothing, and they talked for like an hour straight.
That's nuts.
So
Do you think Kojima is just like only gonna do the Xbox thing, or is it just gonna be like both systems?
No, he had to come out and make a statement afterwards that like he is also going to be working with PlayStation still. I'm pretty sure. I think there was an announcement that came out after that where
that's funny. I didn't hear that. I was certain it'd be an Xbox exclusive.
you can't tie
I
down
don't think-
Kojima.
Yeah, I don't think it meant that it was not an exclusive, but I think he's just said like, yo, I have other projects with PlayStation as well.
Yeah. Can't tie that man down. He does whatever the hell he wants.
The man's a fucking animal, bro, in the gaming world.
I want to say he was just tweeting about his lunch this week too. I think I saw some of his tweets come through, and I think he was just tweeting about his lunch.
I mean, he's
The
old,
fuck?
man. He's a boomer. So I'm sure he does boomer things.
Yeah, I would say so.
So we got a year and a half to go until the next Final Fantasy VII remake part, huh?
Yeah,
Tired of
I'm
this shit.
medium hyped for that. It's too far out for me to be hyped for that.
Okay, how
What
hyped
I
you-
am hyped about is that Crisis Core that's coming out
I knew
in December. That is probably my favorite thing that was announced.
What is that?
I knew you were gonna be happy when I heard that. I was like, oh, this is gonna be
It's
fucking-
I don't know if it's a remaster or remake. It wasn't very clear.
It's going to
but,
be a remake. It's going to be in the same style as like Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate or whatever it's called now.
But what kind
Yeah,
of
they
game is
basically
it?
made a prequel to Final Fantasy VII on the PSP like a decade ago. And maybe older than that, actually. And they're remaking it or whatever for the PlayStation. Really, I think it's actually on Xbox too, as well. All the consoles, which people thought was hilarious. They're like, wait, they're going to release Crisis Core on the Xbox, but still not release Final Fantasy VII Remake on the Xbox.
That's pretty
So they'll
funny,
get
actually.
the prequel, but not the actual sequels.
But what kind of game is it, though? I'm still not.
It follows our young hero, Zack, as he works his way through the soldier class and becomes a first-class soldier working with Sephiroth.
Oh, so it's still part of Final Fantasy?
It's, the days leading up to them meeting Genova.
I don't know if you're trolling me right now. Or you being
No,
dead
but
ass.
that's what prequel means. Prequel means what came before. So like,
So
yeah,
this
of
is all.
course it has
It's not a
something to do
whole
with
different
Final
game.
Fantasy
It
VII.
is with Final
We're just
Fantasy
talking
then.
about me. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why you guys are so excited for fucking remakes on Final Fantasy cock. This shit makes me sick.
Well, because Zack is an interesting kid. Like, the Final Fantasy VII is wild. The story is not as insane as Kingdom Hearts, but it's a pretty insane story. And Zack is like a big integral part of that. And I never played Crisis Core because, as I've said before, the PSP and the Vita both belong in the garbage. So I obviously never played the game.
Go to hell with that one. But the game.
that's
is
a
good.
hot take.
Got to stay consistent, though.
Tony, you're not excited about anything though. So why do you care what we're excited about?
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. I
Tony
got
be
a
like,
couple
I'm
games.
excited for Little Nightmares, and it comes out he never plays it.
No,
No.
Tony's excited
Actually-
for like the third game that they're calling Modern Warfare 2 in the Call of Duty series.
Facts. I'm excited for that shit. I'm excited. I
You're
actually
gonna get
tried.
a
You
new
know what's
map
funny?
finally.
No, we're getting a new map in the regular one. But I'm saying like I'm excited for Little Nightmares, because I get to play it for free because I have the subscription for top tier subscription for the PS5 thing, and I get to play these games now. Like Assassin's Creed, I got it for free. I get to play it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Like-
that is actually how I'm playing all those old games I mentioned.
So is it worth it? Because I'm still on like the essentials or whatever, like the automatic lowest level is.
It's
Absolutely
worth it.
1000% worth it for you, a person who doesn't have their hand in like the PS library. Absolutely, you get thousands of games.
Classic, everything. It's
Okay,
worth
they
it.
got some PS1 games, some PS2 games, a bunch of PS3 games to stream, and then pretty much all the important PS4 and PS5 games are there. So, I mean, for me, it was a no-brainer. I was already paying for PS Now, so when this shit came out, I just got married into premium. Like I was already, I didn't do anything. I just got everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't have Now, so when I got this, I downloaded Assassin's Creed the first night. Madden, Little Nightmares, I downloaded that. So like off rip, the $39 I spent to upgrade because I already paid for my year.
Mhm.
I already spent it already kind of with the 3 games that I bought. So, and then I downloaded some old classic games and shit like that. But yeah, bro. I honestly, the only cons I would see to it, if you're a type of person who you just pick up the game to play just 1 or 2 type of games, I would not suggest you to get the premium package. But if you're the type who loves old classic games and enjoy different varieties or styles of games, yeah, I would say get the package. Just get it, premium. But if you don't, you just Call of Duty and 2K, dude, don't even get that shit.
Yeah, no, I disagree. I think the amount of PS4 games on there that you can install and download, you have literally every good game that's ever come out for PS4 on there. It's for download. You got like a generation of gaming almost. A lot of the PS3 games are good, but I don't like that they're streaming only.
It's funny though because like,
how does that streaming service work out? Is it pretty seamless, or
It's
are there still
decent.
some?
Yeah, me and Pucho played the entirety of the Peace Walker game on there, and it works.
wow.
It functions. We played online and everything with each other,
That's awesome.
so it functions.
It's very seamless. You just pick the game.
Mhm.
It's more seamless than anything else in PlayStation, actually. You just pick any game you want, you hit play, and within 20, 30 seconds, it like syncs you up with some PS3 out there, and it starts streaming to your house, and you're playing. For like very action heavy games, it does have a lag. Like,
Gotcha.
I remember like when I beat Red Dead Redemption 1 through streaming on there, and I had to rely mainly on just locking on and hitting people because it was hard, like aiming at heads on horses. That shit was tough.
That's fair. Does it have Red Dead Revolver?
Yep.
I think it should be
Oh,
on
man.
there. Yeah,
I would. That might be worth it. I want to play the hell out of that game. It's been a while.
I went back and played it. It's a good game.
Wild Arms is a good series, man. That is a
Yeah,
damn good
they
series.
have Wild Arms 1 and 3, and 2's my favorite. So I'm hoping they add 2 eventually. But
That's weird that they would have 1 and 3, but not 2.
I mean, I've been waiting for years for Nintendo to add anything to their NES and SNES library that I actually want to play. You get like one good game every like 4 or
Yeah,
5
that's-
months.
shit is rough. They
I
finally
don't know,
added
man.
N64 games.
when I was in DR, I beat Pilot Wings. Okay,
Pilot Wings is good though.
I really enjoyed that. I beat Pilot Wings. I never even got that far. You do all the like random little missions, and then at some point they're like, "All right, all your training's paid off. We need you to go to this place and rescue these VIPs." And you're like fucking shooting down shit, and it gets crazy. It becomes a war game out of nowhere. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I had no idea. I've never made it that far in the game.
I
What about you,
cheated
Mud?
too. I use save states. This game's
Damn.
too hard.
Stay cheating.
I don't care.
Terrible.
There's not even a save function in that game. It's like a whole password system. It sucks.
So I need y'all to do something for me. If you haven't watched the Street Fighter 6 trailer, You need to go and look at Guile, man, because Guile's on steroids. Guile is fucking ripped.
Yeah,
He
I
is
see
beefy as fuck now. And I don't know how I feel about it.
I'm watching it right now. He is fucking really big.
Bro,
He's
look at
fucking
the other
huge.
guy. The other guy is fat as fuck. What is his name? Bren? Is Bren?
Yeah,
Oh,
Guile
no.
has lost his neck completely. Like his shoulders are like his shoulders are here. He looks like Power Armor Chris, but just they're his muscles.
He has some back muscles that I don't think actually exist. He has just developed new muscles.
What is that guy's name? Is it Ryu? Oh, Ryu. The man's overweight as fuck.
How'd you forget Ryu's name?
I don't know. It just blimped out of my mind.
I like that everyone's calling
Interesting.
him the hobo now. That he's just or is that Ken that they were calling the hobo?
I
I
think
didn't
it's
hear
Ken.
any hobo talks. This is new to me.
No, I read that they're adding in like a I forget what they called it, but basically it's like an easy mode controller setup, so you can like hold like one of the bumpers and press like triangle and it does a Hadouken for you, and you can hold like the other bumper and like punch and it does like auto combos and shit, kind of like what they did with what is the Dragon Ball Z game, Super Fighter Z or whatever the hell it was.
Fighter Z.
I think it
Yeah, I
sounds
didn't know
cool.
they added a feature like that.
I think it sounds cool because I suck at Street Fighter. So like if it gives me the ability to play through it, that's fine. I do think that if you're fighting someone and they use that other controller method, I feel like it takes away a little bit if they beat you.
For sure.
That's a fact.
I mean, imagine they're just spamming like infinite Hadouken so fast you can't even respond to it. Like,
That's some shit Pucho wants. He wants to cheat in every fucking game.
Did you guys check out the Devolver one?
I
The
did not
Devolver
see the
showcase?
Devolver showcase. Was there anything good? You're a
Man,
big
you
Devolver
missed-
fan.
Had some of the best games. Every single game they talked about. Something I think I'll buy. They got the Plucky Squire. That game's art style, I don't even know. It looks like it's 2D, but then the person hops out of the book and then it's 3D and it seems like it's gonna be bigger than what it seems. I don't know. Maybe you're hopping in from a 3D world back into another 2D book, and I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but it looked really fucking cool.
Oh, this art does look badass.
Yeah, and then it's a really interesting looking game.
Okay.
yeah, the 2D sections look really good, and there's like a, I don't know how it looks like a Link to the Past in some places. It looks like Zelda 64 in other places, and a FPS in other places. It's really strange.
Huh.
Yeah. There is another game called Cult of the Lamb. This game also looks really good. I'm not sure if it's something I could play, but it looks like what's that game where you survive days? It's like a cartoony. It's like a survival
Don't
game.
Starve?
Don't Starve. It looks like Don't Starve, but different.
Don't Starve is a tough game, dude.
It is. It is. I've seen some people survive really long in that game, which is fucking nuts. So it looks good. I like the art style. Everything about it looks cool. They're giving each other kisses. Got demonic energy in it. I like it.
What type of pornographic shit is this?
You know?
Kisses?
Are
Yeah, they
kisses
give you, like,
pornographic
skate
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a PDA. Never know.
Now we have my favorite, one of my favorites, called Angerfoot. It looks so fucking good. It looks like what I want video games to be again. I kind of wish video games would be video games and just do like wacky, cool shit like this. It feels like a Doom game, but just different. I really liked Angerfoot. Yeah.
I did see the trailer for this one. I didn't know which showcase it was part of, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks goofy as hell. I don't know why, but that trailer for some reason gave me Zombies Ate My Neighbors vibes. Maybe it's like the techno colors, like the coloring that it used, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
even like the style of shoe, like that, like Chuck Taylor looking shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know something about that game looked like it would make a good looking demo, but when you actually play it, I'm not gonna like it. That's like what it felt like.
You think there's not going to be enough meat? It's going to be a little empty?
I think it's gonna play not very good.
It's a possibility, yeah. It could be janky.
So my favorite looking game, aside from Plucky's Revenge, I liked Skate Story. I thought that game. I didn't know what the game was gonna be though. That's my only concern. It's like, all right, here's some colorful looking light bulb fucking fixture, and he's fucking skateboarding all across the underworld. But it's like, what's the game?
Yeah.
Like, are we scoring a lot of points, or is it just like a walking simulator, for lack of a better term, even though you're skateboarding simulator? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it?
I'm not too sure. It says skate through the underworld. You're a demon made of glass. I don't know. It looks cool. The skating part of it looks really good.
It looks good, and I like the sound design. Like the music seemed cool, but
yes,
yeah, I still want to know what the game is. You know, like what's the game loop?
That is how I feel about Midnight Suns. I do not know how excited to be about that game because I don't know what it's going to play like. They just keep releasing like cinematic like footage, and I don't know what the hell that game is actually going to be. I like the concept of it. It seems like a fun environment for them to be able to like tell a story in, but I have no idea what the hell Midnight Suns is actually going to be like to play. I don't know. Is it going to be XCOM? Is it going to be some kind of collectible card battle nonsense? I have no idea.
I saw them cards, and as soon as I saw them, this show was a major turnoff. I was like, nah.
Why don't you like card-based games?
Because I like video games. If I wanted to play with cards, I'd go whip out the deck of cards. I don't know.
Shots to that.
There's some well-made card-based games.
That's what I'm trying to tell him.
Like
There's no such thing as
Gwent is a good game.
Look for Rogue. Look right now on your Steam Deck for Rogue Book. Two thumbs up.
Hand of Fate.
Right up my ass.
I couldn't get into Hand of Fate.
Ah, man, I enjoyed Hand of Fate. I
played
found it
Hand of
very
Fate.
enjoyable.
I played Hand of Fate more than I played Part 2.
I never tried Part
1
2.
a lot more. Yeah.
I'll let that slide, I guess.
Slay the Spire.
Incredible.
All right. What was your most exciting announcement out of like all these things? Like what one thing?
I got one. Flashback 2, dude. I played the hell out of that first Flashback game way back when. And I was garbage at it because I was like 6, right? So like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But it was a cool environment. I just remember it being such like a cool concept and game and environment, and it was just too much for my little tiny baby brain. So it'll be cool to come back to this with my slightly smarter adult brain.
Yeah, I've never actually played Flashback.
I think it would be your kind of jam. It's kind of like it plays very similar to what is that other game? Another World, Out of This World,
Out of
or
This
whatever.
World, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll check it out.
Honestly, a lot of my memories between those two games are just linked, so I could not tell you which one happened in Out of This World and which one happened in Flashback. But I know I enjoyed both of them as much as I could for someone that didn't really know how to play them.
Have you guys seen the Choo Choo Charles?
Is that the train one?
Yeah.
That game looks insane. I don't know what the hell it's going to play like or be like. Or is it a troll game? Is it a serious game?
I feel like it's a mod that probably got some sort of development money.
I'll tell you what, my game that I'm actually quite excited, even though I like Modern Warfare 2, but that's just, it's just a shooter game. But I'm kind of still waiting for Hogwarts Legacy. Like, that's what I'm still excited for.
Did they release some new footage at Game Fest?
I didn't see any.
That would have been cool because that one does look interesting.
I mean, they released that like
A lot of footage, right?
yeah, like it's like 15, 20 minutes of gameplay. Like it looked cool.
Yeah, I didn't really want to watch too much of it because I didn't want the game to be ruined for me.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I just like skimmed through. I saw he was like in class. They did some spell shit. I think they showed like playing Quidditch, walking around the school, and I was like, all right, this is fucking Hogwarts.
Enough, right?
I don't gotta watch it.
No, yeah, that's definitely what I'm excited for. I mean, they got a couple other ones too. You know, they got another goat simulator.
They do have another goat simulator coming out. Hey, Doey, I think that Tony's energy has dipped a little bit. Why don't you give us a Gooch update real quick? How's that Gooch doing?
What? My energy is dipped?
If you haven't already,
Oh,
hit that fucking like button. Hit that fucking
about to
subscribe button. And let's all just pray that my gooch heals. That I don't have a switch on my butthole like the switches on the Glock or like an extendo butt. So hope that everything in the lands below do a lot better. You can find us wherever you find anything. You know? It's said that on a cold, dark night, you put your head out the window, somebody will walk by and tell you, "Are you watching the One Up podcast?"
I do not condone any of this gooch talk.
Would you subscribe to a YouTube channel if you stuck your head out the window and some random person walking by just told you to subscribe to it?
Absolutely not. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here, big old creepo.
Is that the modern day equivalent of like the handing out the demos at Times Square?
Now that's fucking worse.
I would look at it.
People do that. Like in NY, there's a lot of people that just like hang out by their windows, and pedestrians walking by will just say shit. That shit is weird. I'm like, this motherfucker's really talking to this girl in the window. Like, she trying to smoke a cigarette. Like, fuck out of here.
You love that shit.
I can't tell if I should be excited about Starfield. What did y'all think?
It looked so trash to me.
I
was
didn't
like,
look
yo,
very good.
It did not look very good. I was so disappointed. I couldn't believe it's taken them this long to show what I saw. I was like, all right.
I did see a thread where they did like side by side like screenshots from No Man's Sky and then Starfield, and it does look real fucking similar.
You know what looks really fucking similar if you don't do side by side shots? That Last of Us remake. Bro, if you put that trailer on and just watch it, you're just like, oh, that's The Last of Us. If you look at it side by side, it does look significantly better.
100%, yeah. Although I kind of feel like I like the cartoony look of the characters a little bit more. They look a little too real now.
I don't like the cartoony look, like how Borderlands is. That's good for that game, but like in The Last of Us, I don't really want that.
I don't know that The Last of Us ever looked like straight up cartoony. They just didn't look like they were trying to be like 100% real. I think the new clickers look fucking great. The new clickers, like the detail on their little like mushroom growths or whatever, looks real good. I don't know that I'm going to drop any more money to play The Last of Us 1 again.
Yeah, they're gonna have to show off some significant like improvement somewhere down the line for me to buy it, because like,
but why would you buy it? It's gonna be the same story. Like, even for improved graphics, like, I mean, it's your money, right? You can do the fuck you want, but I'm just saying,
why
like,
would you buy Modern Warfare?
I'm gonna get it.
Same shit.
I think it's about time that I play my Last of Us, do my Last of Us run.
Why buy it the first one? Like, they did a remastered version of it, and now you're gonna remake of the remaster?
Why are you excited to play the classic games?
Tony is going to be so upset when everyone ends up buying The Last of Us because they're adding that multiplayer in, and he wants to get in on that Last of Us multiplayer.
That's the only reason I would do that. I'm buying that because I want to play the multiplayer, but I don't think you need to go buy number one again to do. Just go play the shit you already have in your system. Like,
by the way, what they showed for Last of Us multiplayer fractions, the game, the one picture they showed us, yo, they can suck my big fat gooch.
Why are we talking about Gooch? Shit is disgusting.
You asked him how his week was.
Yep.
Some would say that you
opened
started
can of
this.
worms. Yep.
All right. I will never ask Doughboy.
Did you
his
guys
week.
see this weird looking game, Scorn? Everything makes me feel uneasy. Everything looks like a butthole.
Is that the one with all the body horror shit? It's like
Yeah.
people mixed with machines.
Yep.
Yeah, that
like
shit
a-
looks weird.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
good off all that
64.
bullshit. The game actually, I was most excited probably for like Final Fantasy VII, to be honest. But it's so far out. The game that I was actually most hyped for was seeing that Shredder's Revenge. It was announced. It's like, oh, okay, it comes out in 1 week. It's out now, and the reason I was excited for it, you got 6-player co-op.
6-player
We could all
co-op.
hop in this bitch and play the shit out of it.
6
Me and
players?
Felix. Yeah, me and Felix beat a level today. Had a blast.
You know what sucks though is I have to buy this game twice because if I want to play with y'all, I have to buy it on PlayStation. If I want to play with Corey, I've got to buy it on PC. I am so fucking tired of games not having crossplay, dude.
I'll tell you this though, it's on Game Pass, so you don't have to buy it twice.
Oh, okay.
You just got to buy it once.
We
You get it for
Just
free
once.
once though.
Just one time. But no, I think Matthew, you just said it right. Like you, fuck. What did you just say about buying a game twice again? Right before that, it was a comment I was gonna make. Trying to remember it now.
6-player
Yes.
co-op.
Oh yeah, 6-player co-op.
I
Oh, it was
made the
Pucho.
comment.
Yeah, you made the comment. So wait, so is it like a private room or it's just a bunch of randos in the room and you can invite somebody with you, like a
You could do
regular?
both.
¿Por qué no los dos? Yeah, you can play with random people or you can invite your homies and run through the game that way.
Damn, 6-player co-op. I don't think I ever heard of a game having a
plus-
6-player co-op.
All 4 turtles, April O'Neil, Splinter, and Casey fucking Jones, dude.
Yeah.
I
that's
just
nice.
saw something even cooler than any of that bullshit. Aliens Fire Team Elite Pathogen, baby! DLC!
ain't
We
buying
get,
that bullshit.
If
we're
you're
going
go-
back.
No, if you're going to be excited about any Aliens game, that Alien Dark Descent or whatever the hell that one's called, be excited for the new one. Fire Teams is garbage, dude.
Yeah,
Fire
so
Team's a lot of fun. It's a good old
This man, though,
time.
has terrible fucking taste in games and music and food.
It is so disappointing that there have not been a lot of good Alien games, though, right? It seems like it is a story that should lend itself to really good games. Although I've heard Isolation was good. I've never played Isolation.
Not even that. That new game coming out is, I think it's Alien-ish. The what was it? Colossus.
The Callisto.
Callisto.
They
Something
released that
saying
extended
Colossus.
gameplay and it looks good.
Bro, that shit looks really fucking good.
I swear, it just looks like Dead Space to me.
Yeah, facts. But
That
that's what I told Doughboy.
Dude, there was a fan kill in that trailer. I don't remember if it was in the first trailer or not. The fan kill was pretty brutal. He had like a crowbar and he like knocked the alien into this big whirling fan. It just got shredded up.
I didn't
Nah,
see
it
that.
looked great. I'm not shitting on it for that. It was just like, it just felt like I was looking at a Dead Space sequel. There was even a gun that was dismembering the alien. I'm like, this is the cutting gun, the saw gun or whatever the fuck it's called. But
What is the least exciting game from Game Fest for y'all? I know
Final
Tony's.
Fantasy. All remakes. I'm fucking tired of that. I'm gonna keep saying it. Fucking remakes. Fuck a remakes. Fuck a remake.
Isn't
All right,
modern? Isn't all of Call of Duty
No,
just
bitch.
a remake?
No. It's not. It's a whole new game.
This is the second game called Warfare 2.
It's like the third time. I think.
Yeah, I was about to say that demo they showed was definitely on a ship, and that's how the second game starts. How have you guys seen Agent 64? Spies Never Die.
It's basically like old school GoldenEye, right?
Yes, it's like Perfect Dark GoldenEye looking like.
I think people have a lot of nostalgia for that game, and I don't know if it quite is like as good as people remember. I watch people play that at the throwback throwdown that we go to every other Monday, and they did have a lot of fun. But I don't know, GoldenEye feels very dated. I don't think that it's aged very well.
I would play the shit out of a GoldenEye game. I'll be honest. I yearn for like a game that plays with the missions like that. Like the whole idea of like, you start a level, it's like this small kind of sandboxy kind of thing, and you got these little objectives. I feel like games they ain't like that anymore. I don't know. Like GoldenEye was just so fun to like explore. It was like, I gotta fucking do this thing with a disc. I don't know where the fuck to do it. And you're just scouring the whole level to like kind of figure it out. I don't know. It was so cool.
So for me, most exciting, Resident Evil 4. Most disappointing, Sonic Frontiers. Ugh. Game looks like complete fucking ass.
They made a Sonic Frontier game? I didn't know that.
The internet's been shitting on it.
I thought the game looked kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, all right, I'm not really gonna play it, but it looks interesting. The music was cool. I thought the music sounded so dope.
I don't think you can make a 3D Sonic game. I just don't think it's possible to make a good 3D Sonic game. Could you make a good game about the Flash? Fuck no. How are you possibly going to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody.
You're moving so fast that you're moving in slow motion, but really fast in slow motion.
Wouldn't that be so boring, though? You're just running by these dudes with guns that are like tracking you with an inch per second or something.
Nah, I think that shit is terrible either way.
That I think that I might just be tired of Rick and Morty, because that Rick and Morty creators game, High on Life, that they made looks fucking stupid.
That shit looks dope.
I don't want to play an entire game where my fucking gun is just riffing at me the entire fucking time.
That shit looks cool. Not gonna lie to you.
did not. I was not hype at all by that.
That shit look pretty cool. Better than all the remakes.
How do you guys
didn't
feel
look interesting to me at all. Like art style wise, I guess I could say it looked cool, but that's about it. I don't know. It ain't for me.
I'm surprised that you like the faces on the back of the guns, Pooch. They looked gross to me. I did not like the concept of holding a gun and feeling like the mouth move on my hand.
No, I didn't like that. I meant the art style in terms of like, I like how colorful it looks. And the world, it has a pleasant appearance to me. I can't really describe it. I didn't like that fucking face on the gun. That shit's gross.
Some would say that that's cut out of your face, like your mouth and all that on a gun.
Would some say that?
Some would say.
Some. All right. I'm not excited at all for Cuphead. And I don't mean to shit on the game, but like it was a game I was so excited for before it came out, and then after it came out, I couldn't care less about it. And then this announcement, I'm just like, I don't care.
That is a spicy take. Cuphead is not a game that I have personally played a lot of because I'm bad at it. But I have really enjoyed watching some speedrunners and like some people that are more skilled at that game than I am play it. The Achievement Hunter guys, they did a playthrough of Cuphead recently that was pretty fantastic.
Cool.
It's definitely a game that I enjoy watching.
A game I'm very intrigued by is this One Piece Odyssey. I hate almost all of these anime games because they're the same formula. They're basically a fucking reskin of Dynasty Warriors. Mm-hmm. And they're saying this isn't that type of game, so I'm just excited to fucking see, like, is there finally going to be a good anime game? Finally? I doubt it, but we'll see.
What about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot?
I never actually tried it.
I heard it was very grindy.
Isn't it like an RPG style, right? Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Minecraft Legends?
I'm intrigued.
I mean, Dungeons was way better than I thought it was going to be. I played that on Game Pass, and it was pretty fun. It was like Diablo mixed with Minecraft. It wasn't bad.
Shit makes me want to throw up.
So I'm not going to discount it completely, but it's not the highest priority game for me coming out in the next year or so.
Do you feel like Xbox had anything good to bring to the front?
I mean, Starfield was their big announcement, right? Wasn't that their biggest one because of Bethesda?
Yep, Starfield was the biggest one. They had Redfall. Redfall looked like fucking ass, though.
I was very unimpressed with Microsoft's like list of announcements. At this point, I'm a Xbox hater apparently, but I just didn't. I just wasn't intrigued by almost anything. Even like games, I loved Diablo 3. I saw Diablo 4 and I was just like, nah. Overwatch 2, Starfield, I was like, I don't know.
I guess we kind of stopped fucking with Overwatch since all that bullshit, huh?
Well, Overwatch 2 also just doesn't look very impressive. I watched the reveal and it looks virtually fucking identical.
Yep.
They added in a scoreboard. I guess they couldn't do that in the Overwatch 1 engine. They had to make a new engine for Overwatch 2.
Terrible.
Now you can see how many kills Tony got mid-game.
I kind of liked it without the scoreboard.
Nah, I love scoreboards. Like, you need a shit talk.
You need the
And that
metrics is what you need.
Those fucking hero cards, those are for dicks. It'd be like, Reinhardt block, 22k damage. It's like, all right. But I want to know everything, not just like
I want to
the
know
four
how much
things you're showing
Junkrat
me.
got it killed. I want to know if Doughboys actually supplied the team with enough heals and shit. Well, for our next topic, boys and girls, is it might be a little sensitive, but fuck it, we're all about it. Is being poor a choice? Are poor people just not working hard enough? Might be touchy, might not, but I'll start off with Doe. What do you think about that, Doe?
I feel like there's a Starship Troopers game that just got announced. What? Terran Command? Oh, all right. Let me get out of Summer's Games Fest mode.
So I hate people like him.
I feel like you guys might get mad at me because although there are facts at hand, right? How come, in Detroit, there is almost the same amount of homelessness than in San Francisco? Not homelessness. There's a lot of people that don't have jobs, right? It has a very high unemployment rate, comparable to San Francisco. And San Francisco has a higher homelessness rate. They're saying that rent has a lot to do with why people become homeless. Which is why in New York, a place with very high rent, you're going to see a lot more homeless people as well. I think we're going to get into a point where you're not going to be able to blame homeless people like on their own. I don't think you can necessarily tell everyone to, you can pull yourself up and you can do this and do that. And I don't know if you're going to be able to say that with the way inflation is going, with the way a lot of these different things are moving in the country. I don't know if it's going to be on us really to fix this situation that we have going about, because it just seems like more people are becoming homeless. It doesn't seem like the numbers are going down.
Yeah, I
Do you
don't
think they choose or no?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Booch. Sorry.
No, I was asking though. So you're saying you don't think people choose to be poor?
I don't think people choose to be poor, but there is a hot take that I have. There are some people who refuse help and stay on the street, and they don't want to be in a shelter. They don't want to be anywhere but where they want to be. And I think you also have those people as well.
So we're gonna say Mateo?
Oh, I forgot completely. Like I was listening to Doe and it went completely out of my head. I think that I mean, like, obviously, like homeless people experiencing homelessness, homeless people, they are part of like the discussion of can you work your way out of being poor, right? But there's also just people that are just working jobs that just aren't paying enough, right? And is there a path for people like that to improve their situation? Like, people experiencing homelessness, like there's some mental health issues and PTSD and all kinds of things that go into that, right? There's a not insignificant amount of homeless people that are veterans and things like that. So that's definitely a discussion in and of itself. But even like people that are working, even people that have a place to live, the average American doesn't have like $500 saved up, right? Like a medical emergency, their car needing a new transmission or something, you're fucked. Like, you're gonna start taking out shit like payday loans, and those things are always exploitative. There's not a fucking like a payday advance that doesn't exist that is not going to exploit the person that's taking it out. They have fucked up interest rates, and you have to pay them back in a certain time frame, or you start getting hit by that. It's bullshit. There's a lot of systems that are set up to keep poor people poor. I mean, even homeless people. You have to come in if you're renting an apartment or something, right? You have to come in with. Most recently, my apartment that I moved into, they wanted 3 months of pay stubs.
That's fucking crazy. To get a crib, you need to have a job for 3 months, even if you could afford it.
Yeah.
Nah, I think so for sure. I don't think people choose to be poor. I'm like, and to Doi's point, there are some people that refuse. That may have opportunities to get out of their situation and they don't take them. I think you're always going to find that in any group. But I don't think people are choosing to be poor. I think life is fucking hard. And there's a lot of shit that keeps you down. With that being said, I don't think you could really say that. Like, I think you need to encourage people to do better anyways. Like, even like, you can't just be like, yeah, I mean, the system's keeping you down, man, so just stay fucked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to encourage people to work their way out of, a situation.
I think
any number of things could kick you on your ass. Like, you could have been with the person and together you guys were making decent money, and now, you split up, and now you're like, shit. Now you're scrambling to figure life out. Like any number of things like that could set someone back. And it's like, it's hard to account for all these things. And everybody ain't lucky enough to have an education or have a great career and a family that, like, even just being born into a family that has money affords you the opportunity to, like, fail at more things. You could try things, fail, and not destroy your life because your family got your back, So
I honestly think that's all kind of bullshit. I think that it's all choice. You can definitely, and I'm only saying that for experience. Like, my father came here from Mexico with no family, fucking 15 years old, busted his ass as an immigrant, did what he had to do. This man is now a U.S. citizen, has a fucking house, supported a whole family with nobody out here to help him. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, you have people who are born here who just like choose to just be lazy fucks. Like, and I get it, some people's situation, it's hard, but yo, there's always a choice. Like, yo, it's gonna be a tough road, but like, yes, I don't think, like, I'm not rich, right? I'm probably considered maybe poor, I guess. I don't even know if there's a middle class anymore, like, to be honest. But it's like, if we're just talking, like, if you just decide to, like, not help yourself out and just give up and say, oh, the system, like, yo, that's a fucking excuse. To me, that's some bullshit ass excuse. Like, yeah, some people don't want to put the work in to get where they want to be. But if you, like, there's a bunch of millionaires who started with shit. They were fucking living in cars and shit like that, and started a business, and they started from bullshit ass jobs.
Do you know why you know about all these millionaires that allegedly started with nothing and they worked their way up and they pulled themselves up by their bootstraps? Because it's fucking propaganda, dude. It's not the average experience. It's bullshit.
I would say most of them, for sure. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not saying every one of those motherfuckers is telling the truth, but I mean, there's people who literally started from the ground up. You know what I mean? Like, people who just started like a small little business or a little ice cream business or a little taco truck business and now have a fucking restaurant. And like, bro, yeah, some people are at a disadvantage than other people, but bro, it's literally like you can make the difference. It's hard. It's not easy for, you know what I mean? It's not easy for most people to do what they got to do to get there, but I think it is a choice. Like if you want to bust your ass and really grind, now granted there is some shit that happens in life where it just, you kind of just feel hopeless. Like it's just, damn, bro, like I finally get one step up and I get bounced down to two steps back. But it's like, bro, like me, bro, I don't think I could ever be homeless. Like, and when I mean by homeless, I mean like just not having money to survive and just living in the fucking streets. Like, bro, like I would literally just, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's, I know some people have like disabilities or like some type of shit mentally and they're in the street for that reason. Like, they're not up there, but it's just like, bro, I can't see that happening for myself. I'll fucking do a job that most people won't want to do. Like, whatever it is. Like, some people, you're on mute though. Some people look down on people who work at waste management plants. But bro, some of those guys make fucking bank. You know what I mean? Like some people, I know this dude who laughed at somebody working at Burger King. He was saying like, oh, I don't know how people can be proud of that. I was like, bro, that's a fucking job. Like, if that person's happy that they got a job at Burger King, like, bro, don't make fun of that person. That person's trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Burger King. Yeah, it's like, bro, I started off working at Pizza Hut. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a motherfucker's trying and he's starting somewhere, bro, like, that's, like, people shouldn't look down on people like that. I don't look down on people who work at fucking Burger King and McDonald's. It's better than the motherfucker not doing shit, trying to collect fucking easy checks. Like, that to me is like, there's a choice. Like people have a choice to be pieces of shit.
I think you've got a choice whether you're going to work or not, right? Like kind of sometimes, right? Because there's extra factors and mental health issues and things like that. There's things that can absolutely stop a person from being able to work. But I don't think that upward mobility exists as much as it might have used to. I think that the times have changed. I think the times have gotten fucking harder. You hear stories about people working 3 jobs and they still can't fucking make rent. That's fucked. You shouldn't work 3 jobs and not be able to make fucking rent.
Yeah, I have friends that have hit rock bottom and they're trying to come out of it, and it is very fucking hard for them. Even with 2 jobs. Trying to get to either job without a car in Florida or wherever they're living is just rough. It's not easy. You got to spend a lot of time planning how you're even gonna get the fucking to the job you just got. And like I get it. There's a lot of city jobs. But there's not enough of those jobs for everybody. At a certain point that you're gonna have to settle for the Burger King. You're gonna have to settle for something that pays less. You know what I mean? Which is why I always am in favor of raising the minimum wage, because you got to be able to survive off of if you're doing 40 hours at these places and you're spending a majority of your time there, you've got to be able to get something back after 5-10 years of service. I don't think it's right, like what a lot of these jobs do, where they allow their workers to work 38 hours, 37 hours, just as long as it's not 40, so they don't have to pay for the benefits and shit like that.
I honestly think the problem with people is like, to say where someone works at. Like some people look at certain jobs and be like, that's beneath them. Like I've had a conversation with people be like, bro, if I was smart enough, I would probably still work at Chuck E. Cheese as a general manager making $90K a year. Like, people be like, the fuck you gotta work at Chuck E. Cheese. Bro, there's motherfuckers at Chuck E. Cheese making $90K a year. Tell me what job right now is teachers don't even make that.
You could just
Teachers don't even make that, bro.
You could be a store manager at Publix and be making great money.
That's what I'm saying. What I mean? People
Whole
look
Foods.
at job titles or where you work at as a beneath thing. Like, bro, you're an uneducated swine at this point. It's like, bro, like you want to make fun of the next nigga working at Mickey D's, but let that dude become a manager.
I think
that man might make more than a teacher.
A teacher?
a teacher. The Hennessy's got me. The Hennessy got me.
You dropped that shit like 5 times.
I I watched Pucho die inside when you said that.
Yeah, teachers don't get paid that much. I think
They
their
don't,
average salary
and I
is
think
like
it's terrible.
$30K or some shit like that.
And I'm sorry for teachers out there that are that work. I feel sorry for y'all because y'all
It's
are teaching the
bullshit.
youth. It's bullshit. Y'all should get paid a lot more. But I'm tired of motherfuckers looking down at people like because they got jobs. Like, bro,
It is-
the
I
man's
think
trying
you're
to work.
focusing on the wrong. No
No,
one
I'm
here is
focusing on
looking
everything.
down
I'm
on
saying,
nothing. What are we
I'm
talking
not saying
about?
you. I'm
No,
just saying
I
there's
think he
people that
is-
have that stigma though. Like, oh, I don't want to
Yes.
work there. So that's a choice that they make. Like, oh, I need money. Go work at McDonald's. Nah. Why not? You need money, right?
I think
Go do that.
society.
I just don't know
society
anybody.
is-
I don't know anybody that's
Sorry, you
like
don't know nobody though.
dead fucking broke, got no job, and they're just refusing to work anywhere. I don't know, and not a single person.
I've heard.
Yeah, I'm
They
just
can't
saying I
talk
don't
like
know
that.
anybody.
I'm sorry
Like,
I'm glad you don't know nobody like that then
in
because
life,
I've seen it.
in life, I've certainly met people that have been in circumstances where they're maybe getting a disability check they don't deserve, or getting some kind of like like I knew a dude like who cashed unemployment checks for years. For years,
God
they just
damn.
kept re-signing up for unemployment. But this was like 20 years ago, so it's like it's different times. Like there's not that much government assistance out there. Like people try to make it seem like these welfare queens that are propagandized, they don't really exist. Like
Yeah.
there's some people that maybe they could work it out. Maybe they got a couple baby daddies. They got enough child support with this and with that maybe they could make that work. But it ain't the case. Like for most people on government assistance. But
Yeah.
This shit's just ridiculous.
here's my question though, because it seemed like you're saying anybody could work their way out of, like, basically anybody who's not in a good position, that's their fault. Like they could make it happen pretty much. And I'm like, do you feel like we've grown up with people that are hustling 100% of the time? All they're thinking about is how to get into a better position in life.
Chasing that bag.
And they somehow never make it there. Like, we all know that guy. Like, you think that guy's choosing to be poor?
I know somebody like that. Like, yo, this dude has great work ethic. I see him working all fucking day. He works around where I work at. Mad cool. I see him doing deliveries. I see him taking dogs from the Biscuits and Bath. I see him at Insomnia Cookies. I see him everywhere.
I would
He
say
just-
that person's just not
Sorry, would you say he's choosing to be poor is my question.
not saying that he's choosing to be poor. He's not really putting his skills to better use. He's doing a whole bunch of many jobs or doing this and that, but he's not really sitting back and be like, yo, what can I really do to push through?
Well, he's
Like,
doing all of this. He funds his like music career through this.
Okay, so he's trying
that's
to
what
be a
he's
music
trying to-
artist.
yeah, he's
So
trying to
okay,
do
that's
music,
different. That right there, you just added something now. So it's like okay, he's doing all these little jobs to help him in his career of music. So like that's different to him just not having like, because at the point to me it sounded like he didn't really have a plan. He's just doing multiple jobs and not really focusing on what he's really good at, and driving to that direction.
Yeah, I
But
think
if
you're
he's
still focusing on the wrong part, because the part that we should focus on is what happens when his music career fails and he just never makes it. Did he choose to be poor? Is my question.
Yeah, he still chooses because
Okay.
at that
And
point,
I think we
if
have
you
a
failed,
completely different mindset of what the word choice means.
if you failed, then now you got to make a choice to give up on that to not be in the dirt.
Yeah, but I
It's-
mean,
it's
like,
a
what if you
choice.
just keep trying and it just never works out for you?
You gotta cut it. You gotta cut it at some point.
No,
like, I wanna be
I'm
a-
saying, what if they keep trying different things throughout life? I
No,
know
that-
grown ass people, 50 years old, that have just odd job their way through life, and I don't look down on them or nothing like that. But I'm saying, like, I don't think they made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that person is choosing to be in the position that they're in. I think they've tried a multitude of ways to get out of the position that they're in, and they're still sort of there. Like, you're lucky, Tone. We are lucky. Like, Like your first two whips are like family cars. You got your mom's crib where you were able to live there, and like I lived out of my mother's house for a while, and like we have a family that could help us and things like that. A lot of people don't got all that type of shit. Like my first two cars I bought from family members for way cheaper than those cars are worth. Like if I didn't have that situation, I wouldn't have been able to own a decent car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you would have. But I'm saying you would have found a way.
How could I have
like you would
slammed? How else could I have slammed his door and when his side view mirror fell off?
Oh,
that was terrible. I screamed. Doey slammed my door Doey slammed my door so hard that the side view mirror just fell off the car.
What a piece of shit!
It fell off and then shattered on the ground.
Just the glass. Just the glass.
That shit hurt my heart, yo.
Tony, I've got a scenario for you.
All right.
You're living in Austin. The average rent in Austin is about $1,700, and your only job is at a McDonald's 40 hours a week at $7 an hour, whatever the fucking minimum wage is. How are you getting yourself out of the situation?
Do I already live in the house, or am I trying to get into the house?
You're trying to get into an apartment. You started that job last month.
You wouldn't be looking for an
I wouldn't be
apartment.
reaching that high. I would try to find like some type of assistant living for now to stack up. Like, and that's just saying I don't have no family, right?
Them assisted livings be having like 5-6 month waiting
list.
Like,
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
That shit is kind of crazy too. But yeah, I guess at that point I would try to live out of some type of cheap ass motel. Just so I could be able to shower and get to work and just pay for that until I'm not trying to seem like everything's easy.
Well, I mean, and then we can start adding on all like the other scenarios and shit that would happen. Let's say your car broke at that point. So now you're taking an Uber every day to work, or you're walking, or you're on a bus or something. But that's also costing you 4 hours out of your day. You can do it. You can save only 40 minutes out of your day if you take that Uber, but you're paying $40 a day for the ride both ways. Like there's a lot of shit that just stacks up on people, and it's fucking tough, man. I don't know that I feel comfortable personally saying that anyone chooses to be poor.
Yeah, I'm not saying. So let me.
You're 100% saying that the guy who hustled his entire life and ended up poor. You're saying, yeah, he chose to be poor. That was exactly the prediction. That was the exact scenario I drew for you.
I'm speaking to the people who choose to be poor. People who bust their ass and they end up poor. They need to find a way to. They need to harness what they're good at and channel that into something that can propel them to do good.
Could we replay the conversation we just had? You're saying Doey's man is funding a music career. I'm saying
he needs to call it quits at some point.
Huh?
He needs to call it quit at some point. If
sure.
that shit's not working out, call it
and
quit.
then throughout life, if he just tries a series of different things and nothing really worked out for him in terms of like getting out of that struggle, then I asked, did that person choose to be poor? And you said, yeah, he chose to be poor.
Yeah, I still stand with that.
Wait, all right, you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not. Okay. It's a certain level. It's differences. There's differences to it.
I'm saying like that person hustled his whole life and didn't make it. And you just said he didn't choose to be poor. Now you're saying he did choose to be poor.
Because he could have chose a different path. What he was doing wasn't working. Sit back, look at yourself and say, what I'm doing is not working. I need to change something to make it work. It's simple. It's like, what's the definition of insanity? You're doing something you're doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. No, change that shit the fuck up. Do something else. If this ain't working for you, we all have a friend that used to bust his ass doing car washes. Now this nigga, he changes his life around. You know, his fiance helped him out. And now this man is doing good for himself. He has a home. He's doing better. We all know who that is. I'm just saying, like, there's choices and shit that you have to sit down and talk to yourself and be like, yo, I'm not doing something. It's not working out. I need to make a change here or there and go with it. Now, if that doesn't work out, sit back again and be like, okay, what is fucking up? There's a choice. There's something here that I could change to make myself better.
I think that stories like that tend to be the exception to most people's experiences, though. I think that's why we remember stories like that, is because it's like, damn, look at what happened to a homeboy over here. He got out. He's on the up because of whatever wacky circumstances led to that. But you hear about those because 90% of the time they don't. Their situation stays the same. It gets worse. It improves a little bit. It gets worse again. Like it's tough, man. I don't know what I would do if my life hadn't worked out the way it did. I've been very lucky in my life. I've talked about this. I dropped out from college. I fell into the tech industry, and luckily I had some skill there and was able to build up from there. That's not the average experience for a college dropout. That's not the average experience for someone with only a high school degree.
Look at me.
A high school diploma, not a degree.
I got a high school diploma. I went to college to try to be a cop, right? That didn't work out. And then I actually started doing IT shit. Like I have an uncle that he's a fucking master at it, right? He got all his fucking degrees and shit like that. And he showed me the way, and that's how I started building my own PC and kind of pulled it together. Pucho helped me out with it as well. I tried to be a chef at one point. There's a lot of things I tried to do that didn't pan out. So some of it kind of pushed me in a route to where I'm at now. Like, so it's just like, I know I'm good at managing people. Like I'm good at like, and I'm not trying to blow myself up, but I'm good at finding things and finding solutions and organizing and making things easy. Like I'm really good at that. I like breaking shit down. Like I can go in the warehouse, fucking break everything down and make it way more efficient. Like I'm really good at doing shit like that. So I try to push myself in the direction to where that's where I want to go to. And my job now, that's where I'm at now. I got myself there. Like, yeah, I started at the bottom by doing stupid ass fucking getting hit with sewages in my face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got smacked with sewage from fucking Miami, bro, at 2 a.m. in the morning, bro. Smacked with sewage. Like, that shit is disgusting. I wanted to quit, right? But it's like, fuck it. Eat that shit, my nigga. Like, and move on and just better yourself because it's something that you can do. It's just a stepping stone. Like, so it's like, if there's some shit that doesn't work out, yo, change your course. That's all I'm saying. There
are some aspects of what you're saying that I don't necessarily disagree with, right? I do think that I am not a big fan of the always positive all the time messaging that you see a lot of people talk about. I think I've mentioned this before. I think that focusing on the positive all the time, I think it's bullshit. I think that it reduces your ability to actually see danger coming. But I also don't think that just focusing on the negative is the way out of a bad situation, right? Like you need to be realistic about the negative things, but you can't just get caught up in that, right?
And that's what I'm saying. See the good and the bad and make adjustments. But I understand probably how I'm coming across is like almost insensitive or like dickish, but it's like maybe how I'm seeing is like, bro, I've seen it work. I've seen this happen. I've also seen people fail at it. Like I got family members. Like at this point, I think it's a mental issue at this point of why they're not pushing through and they're just being and a little bit of laziness. Because it's just like, bro, like people go out here every day and bust their ass and they don't really go far in life. But what they got a home. They're not rich. They don't have the fanciest cars. They don't have this. They have the bare minimum shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, at the end of the day, are they considered poor? Maybe, but they're not poor in the sense where they're dying. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not fucking.
What does
like
poor mean? I think
that's a.
I think choice and poor. I think you define these words differently than I do. Because like,
are you all right? So let me break it down. Are we saying when we talk about being poor, are we talking about homeless, like the actual homeless people poor?
I mean, homeless people would be part of what we're considering.
Homeless is
poor,
beyond
right?
fucking poor.
Okay, all right. That's what I'm trying. Okay, good. I'm making sure we're on the same page.
We're talking poverty line, which could mean that you have a house, you have
paycheck to paycheck, right?
But your paycheck to paycheck, if even, maybe you're borrowing against your paycheck all the fucking time because you can't buy even bare necessities, right?
So your boy out legit paycheck to paycheck, busting my ass every week, bro, trying to stay afloat, right? And what I come to realize is like I'm spending money and shit that I don't need to be spending my money in. There's decisions that I'm making that's putting me in the hole. As a person, you have to sit down and think about, what am I doing? Let me tally up my money, my income, and what I'm spending. You have to cut some shit out. Cut out Netflix. Cut off Hulu. Cut off that PlayStation. Cut off drinking. Cut off going out every night. You have to do some.
But the one thing you shouldn't cut out is the One Up podcast. And if you haven't already, hit that fucking sub, like us, share us with your friends. All right? Just always know that we're here with you and that we love you. Mwah.
I like that, though. That was a nice little insert.
That was a disgusting sounding kiss, though.
Tony, I do agree. I think that the average American is I think that most Americans are pretty fucking terrible at budgeting. But I don't think that, like, for what we're talking about necessarily, like, I don't think that the problem is budgetary for how difficult it is to get out of poverty.
And that was just, I was giving an example of one of the things that
like, there's people who've invested their entire lives into, like, certain industries that have completely collapsed, and now they live in fucking ridiculous levels of poverty. Like, look at Flint, Michigan. Like, all those, like, they had all those, like, coal mines and shit like that got shut down. Now they live in a place that has no more jobs. These people are like 40 something, 50 something years old. They don't know how to learn how to do anything else. They're just kind of fucked. And, like, it was out of their control. Like, and I mean, by your logic, you could say, yeah, I mean, 30 years ago, they chose to work at that coal mine. They made a bad choice, and I guess they chose to be poor. Like, if that's, like, the logic that you're trying to use. But, like, some people become poor overnight because of circumstances outside of their control.
I had another friend. His dad owned a successful used car salesman. He had a used car lot. He had a bunch of shit. Shit went under, and things got really bad for his family. His mom was the only one working. His dad became an alcoholic because he got depressed, that he lost it all. Like, his business started doing bad, and he lost the business. And they sank into poverty. And that shit was rough. Like, knowing him as a young kid and shit like that, seeing his dad defecate on himself in the sofa. This shit was rough.
and I'm not trying to sound like a dick. Decisions were made, and unfortunately made a decision that just was worse. And that's I don't know how else to put it, bro. I'm not trying to sound like a dick. It's just like, there's decisions. Like, if I lose my job, right, now I'm fucked. Okay, I'm not gonna go out and drink my way into depression. I'm gonna fucking try to fucking figure out how I can get another job. So I have to go somewhere else and start off from the bottom again. Yeah, that's gonna suck. Yeah, that's gonna fuck me up. But I don't know. It's hard for, I don't know. Maybe it's just how, I don't know. I'm like, again, I'm sorry if y'all think I'm being insensitive or being a dick or not understanding or whatever, but it's just choices, bro. And I look at it, if my dad can fucking do it coming here, like, bro, there's no reason why I can't make it, bro.
I think that you should take it as a reason to be even more proud of your dad, given that he was able to make it, because I just don't think that it's the average experience for
I'm
most
proud
people.
as shit as my dad, bro. Like, for a man like him to come up 15 years old, bro, like, bro, it's fucking, and people do it every day to this day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so if my dad can fucking do it, put a roof on my back, clothes, food, and feed me and all this shit, there's no reason why I can't fucking succeed, bro. This man came here with shit and succeeded. The people who are born here, who have more advantage than him, ain't doing shit. It's a fucking choice. People in America are fucking lazy. That's a hot take. A lot of people in this fucking world, in this fucking country, think shit is given to them. That shit makes me sick. Like, I don't see it. It's not everybody, but I see it though. people literally come for job interviews and think automatically they need to get the fucking job. It's like, bro, like shit is not handed to you. People get a job and think, oh, I don't need to be doing it. It's beneath me. It's like, bro, I don't want to work with anybody who thinks like that. That's just me personal. If you think that like certain shit is beneath you, like, oh, I can't do this. It's like, bro, I did it. If you telling me you're too good enough to do that, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sorry. Like I can't deal with somebody like that, bro. That shit irritates me more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's shit I'm not doing. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Right. But you're in a predicament. You're in a position that you can choose.
Like, imagine I go to work and they're like, "Yup, you got to shovel shit." I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. You fucking bugging. I'll be like, no. And then I'm gonna have a Tony come. I shoveled shit. You should do it too. Nah, fuck you. Good job that you shoveled shit. I ain't shoveling shit. You crazy.
You're in a different position. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you busted your ass. Pooch, nigga, you struggled. You know what I'm saying? You struggled to get where you're at. You busted your ass. I'm not even trying to pull you, but you struggled to get where you're at. So it's just like, bro, like if like where I started at, if you got into a job that you know that maybe shoveling shit might happen, and then you get mad when that day comes and be like, nah, I ain't doing that, then you know what you signed up for.
Sure, I think you're bugging for sure in that circumstance.
Yeah,
but I think I'm lucky. Like I did work hard, but there's plenty of people that work hard and it doesn't work out. It almost didn't work out for me. Like even the landing in the tech field, it was kind of lucky. It's even lucky that I like it because I just sort of picked something at random. I was just like, literally, I like computers. I guess I'll try computer science. That was all my life. That was the exact logic used.
There is an alternate reality Mateo that it does not interview as well, and I did not get that fucking tech job interviewed for, and I don't know what that dude's doing now. Hopefully he's doing well. Wish him luck out there.
There's a little bit of luck too, though. I'm not gonna lie and say there's not.
It's way more than a little bit. Like, look, even if I didn't end up with my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, my life would be 1,000,000,000% different. I'm like, so much of the good that came in my life was because of us working together and how she bettered me. Like, and even the example that you brought up, right? Our friend who worked at the car wash, he got lucky getting with the person that he got with, and that together they were able to work things to the point where, you know, to get into a better position. But like, the pickup line doesn't work. There's an alternate universe where who knows where the fuck I'm at. Like my wife convinced me to open up a bank account, convinced me to take my SATs, convinced me to sign up for classes at the community college. Like, she fucking took a little boy and ironed me into a man. Like any number of all those things, if I didn't do any of that shit, like, my life would be completely different. And a lot of that stems from just being around the person that I may or may not have ever met if we just didn't have like a certain conversation. And it's like, maybe I still would have made it, and whatever. I don't believe in that bullshit. The person who made it, put them in any other circumstances in life, and they still would have made it. I don't believe in that bullshit. Like,
people do play a factor. I agree with that. I can honestly say that I've seen people better themselves because of somebody who they surround themselves with, for sure. That's a definite plus. You are fortunate. A lot of people don't have that. You are fortunate to find someone and marry that person who bettered you and pushed you in the right direction. A lot of people don't get that, and you know what I mean? Like, it's luck, skills, and who you know, really, on a lot of jobs, to be honest. And that's a saying that people say now, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. I know people who got some good ass job because of who they fucking know, not what they know, but who they know. They gave them that chance to come in, and boom, they succeeded.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the whole, like, people chose to be poor. It's like the way that sounds almost sounds like they could see the entire future of their life at every point where they're making the decision, and they see where maybe they have a little bit of fun now, but they see they'll be poor later, and they're just like, I'll do that. Like that's what it seems like. But life has so many fucking ways that everything could get fucked. That it's like
Variables.
Like and you could say that it's just the choice, but it's like other people have those same choices and they could make all those same fuck ups and still end up successful because of the supporting cast they might have in their life that other people don't have. And it's like you can't look at people and say that person did it so anybody could do it, because it's like some people are just exceptional. Like just because Michael Jordan put up those numbers, it's not like everybody could just work hard and be Michael Jordan. Like it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, we've had this conversation before.
Yeah. But I mean, that logic is like, nah, people choose not to be as good as Michael Jordan. It's like the that's exactly what it sounds like to me. And it's like, nah, some people are just born with all the right stuff and work hard and do all the right things and get lucky with all the right things, and then they just end up where they end up. And
you think Delonte West wants to be homeless?
The basketball player?
Yeah.
He's actually not homeless. From what I hear, he actually has a spot. Like he has a crib and shit. Like he's not actually homeless. Yeah,
he's been homeless though.
No, he has been homeless. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't know. I like I said, I'm not trying to sound like a dick, bro. It's just I just seen people with less chances to succeed. So it's like, how can I not succeed? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I don't know. I just don't want to seem like a dick. I'm sounding like a dick.
Seeming like a dick. I don't think you're being a dick. I think you're not. I feel like you don't know enough to like of like. I think you know the anecdotes and you know you've seen people succeed and all of that stuff. So you're focused so much on the possibility, like yeah, people have hit the lotto. Like your logic is like people have hit the lotto, so I can't say that I can't hit the lotto. Like that's like what it sounds like to me. Like, and like you just got to read about the statistics out there and the situations that people face, and we're not even getting into the fact that like people get tickets, people get fucking locked up for all types of shit, whether they did it or not, or maybe they did a little thing and they got super fucked. It's like
we have ignored systemic racism in this entire conversation, which is
yeah.
There's so many fucking factors that it just I
mean, because there's even two kinds of poverty. There's like situational poverty, right, which is where like something bad happens, medical emergency, car emergency, your fucking house burns down. Right, but there's also just straight up generational poverty where it's you're inheriting like bad habits and bad spending things from your family, or your family's in heavy debt, or you can't get an education because your family's so fucking poor, or you're not even going to school because you have to quit school early to go and go and get a job so you can help your parents, or all kinds of crazy additional shit like that. Like it's tough, man. It is very tough.
It's almost like that show. What is it called? The Gallaghers or whatever? Like
Shameless, yeah. Their whole family's fucked. Because they're raised by fucked up people.
But look, one's a fucking medic that's fucked up. One got her own business, and as much as the show is not, you know what I mean? But
yeah, but they fuck everything up.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
It is true.
Doesn't one of them get their toe cut off at one point?
Yeah.
Because of choices they made.
One gets into like Harvard or MIT and fucks it up.
Because of the choices they made. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they made choices, but it's like if they only learned how to be one type of way, then it's like you're learning the bad habits from your parents. Like, yeah, maybe you'll get lucky enough and have mentors and learn that doing these things are wrong. But if you never do, then you're going to be that particular way and it might fuck you in life. And it's not their fault that they were born into a situation. Like, imagine you were born into a family where just smoking crack was totally normal. They're giving little kids crack. How could you say that little kid chose to be fucked in life? If that's what they grew up in, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's the situation you're giving me. Yeah, I mean that's fucked.
Sure. So I'm just saying, make it less extreme, and there's more things that you're gonna still agree with, and there's a line somewhere where maybe you're gonna go, okay, now we're getting into the territory of they're making choices or whatever. But there's a bunch of shit on one side of the line, and maybe our lines are like a little bit different, right? Where
So Pooch, let me ask you this then. Mateo brought up there's two different type of poverty. Right. Do you think that with those two type of examples that he gave, do you think choices still are a big factor in it?
in the situational poverty, yes, because say like say your kid gets cancer, like some crazy cancer, and you just gotta pour mad money into this situation, which this happens to people. A lot of people aren't smart enough, unfortunately, or educated enough to know all of their options. So they might jump the gun and make, like you would say, poor decisions, even but they didn't have all the information. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm still uncomfortable even saying that, yeah, they fucked up. They should have done this other thing that they didn't even know existed. It's like, well, how do you learn it exists? Well, you should have known the right person. It's like, well, how do I, like, that stuff makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, in those types of situations, there's a number of decisions that people can make that could make their life significantly worse. But there are people that sell everything, do the most. Like, I was just watching, there's this documentary called Staircase where this guy is accused of like murdering his wife, and in order to pay for the lawyers to like get off on the crime, he sold his crib, everything that you could imagine. Basically, he put his family basically in poverty, lost the case. He ended up in jail. Like, damn. And it's like, what do you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now he's a fucking murderer. He's in jail. He's in prison. And his kids don't got a crib. And they were like upper class. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what do you do? Like, that's a situation. You know what I mean? Maybe they could have made better. Maybe the decision they should have made was get a public defender. You're going to rot in jail anyways. And then save all that money. But they can't know the outcome at the beginning. You know what I mean?
We're not Doctor Strange.
Also, don't murder your wife.
Yeah. It's a mystery whether he did it or not. But still, he fucked his family regardless. And even if he made the choice to fuck his family didn't make the choice to fuck themselves. Like,
but they can make a choice to unfuck themselves. They're at a disadvantage. They're at a disadvantage for sure.
Now they're like starting from a losing position. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. People in the Hispanics and blacks in America start from a losing advantage.
Easy, it's that in a lot of circumstances, it's almost impossible. Like, it really is. I just think you gotta like learn more about like the situations
it's not
that
about
people
learning
are in.
more. It's just that like people are in shitty situations all the time.
Yes,
like
I agree with that. Stop. There we go. That's a statement I agree with completely.
I think the degrees of the shitty situations matter, and I think the degrees could be to such an extent where people ain't never gonna make it out, and maybe they need to live a whole life struggling just so that their kid maybe gets the potential to not struggle. But that ain't making it. Maybe that's your little fucked up version of making it, in your mind, but that ain't you making it. That's you trying to set it up so your kid makes it. Like,
I think we just get flooded, like even since like elementary school, about like all these like bootstrap stories of people that, oh, you just have to work hard and you got to believe in yourself and you put in the hours and boom, you can make it. That's the fucking American dream, right? That house, picket fence, 2.5 kids, whatever the fuck.
Like that.
Doesn't exist anymore. Shit's gone. I don't think that shit ever existed.
I do think though, if you do bust your ass in certain shit and get lucky and like, it can work out. But yeah, most 100%.
Of the time, 100%. That's what we're all agreeing with that.
Most of the time, people start off at a shitty situation. people who start off good and then ended up in a serious situation probably won't make it out. But the person at the bottom who's always been at the bottom and is working his way to the top, they met more difficult times than some who hasn't or never did, then get put into difficult times and don't make it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have no idea what you just
like
said.
a person from the ghetto, right? Like a person from the ghetto in lower income areas, they've been met with difficult shit all the time versus a person who is more fortunate and all of a sudden his family goes broke and now they're in poverty and now they don't know what to do because everything was always just kind of like handed to them in a way.
He's making the trading spaces argument.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy was the hero because he had street smarts and he came into that situation. Those two old dudes, no street smarts. But he is failing to mention they got bailed out at the end of that movie.
Yeah, big time. Nah, I don't. You should read the statistics. People that are born rich stay rich. People that are born poor stay poor.
Stay poor.
That's just the way that it works.
It's not every.
No, I'm not saying 100% of people, Tony. I'm talking about.
I know you're not saying it.
What you were saying, not every. I'm not saying every.
Not every person who was born poor end up always like it goes back to a decisional thing. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It's a decision. There's some shit in life that you get thrown down to, but it's a decision you can make. It will take one step in the right direction to get you where you need to be. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm just going back in circles. So
I think if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're poor and you haven't made it yet.
Yeah, I would agree.
But all of our parents are living paycheck to paycheck pretty much. Like, and I don't think like.
And that's not poor though. You're not. I don't. I guess your poor is different. I guess maybe to me.
No,
now.
my poor is like. If they get like a $5,000 medical bill, their lives could be ruined. That to me, that's poor as shit. Your life is fucked. You're literally hanging on the thread, and if any bad thing happens to you, you're gonna have to like live in a fucked up situation in order to get out of that position. Like, and maybe you could get out of being homeless, but you still got to live with. In any fucking situation that you're gonna live in, like, I don't know. Yeah, everybody chooses to be poor. Everybody should have passed their classes, go to college, get the best scholarship, get the degree, get the job. Like, sure, if that logic, for sure, everybody chooses to be poor. But it's just not realistic. Everybody can't hit the lotto, dude. Like, it don't work like that, or else there won't be a lotto.
Everyone hits the lotto. Everyone gets $1 out of it.
Everyone gets a fucking dollar. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, the system's built on winners and losers. Everybody ain't gonna eat. Somebody has to work at McDonald's. Has to. Mm-hmm. That it just has to be.
So by your logic, one of us in this pod is gonna always be poor.
Maybe. I'm not saying 1 in 4 people. It doesn't work that way.
All right, so 2 out of 4. 2 people in here are going to eat and 2 people are always going to be poor.
No, maybe logic. Us 4 are fortunate because 100 other people are fucked. Yeah. That it doesn't work that way. Like, if you're saying statistically, sure, some percentage of us is fucked.
Within a mile of me, there are probably several dozen unfortunate individuals that are sleeping on the street tonight. Like, I don't think that any of the 4 of us need to go into the statistic to make it any more depressing than it actually is.
Yeah. If you stuck with us this long, ladies and gentlemen, please hit the subscribe button. Like, follow, share with us. We're on all social media and all audio platform. Don't be afraid to comment.
We're grinding. We're going to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps.
Yeah. This pod is grinding. We're grinding on this pod. We're trying to. This is our
let's
job.
have a meta conversation because we're 70-something episodes in. I think we work pretty hard Did we choose not to succeed? Because like this is your logic. I don't think.
Yeah, I would say
think we're in a
yeah.
saturated market. Yeah, we should just switch it up every day until
We got to
like,
do something different.
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
got to go viral
It
somewhere.
seems-
There's a decision we can make.
It seems unbelievable.
Joey,
man.
whip out your gooch.
We could.
You know what I got to
couldn't
do?
accept the success that starts with Joey's gooch. Like I would have to move on. And y'all could be a 3-man crew. I gotta like make my own way in life.
I'm gonna get a one up. I'm gonna get a one up podcast shirt and just run up to a famous fucking actor or actress and just mollywop the shit out of them and scream one up podcast all day. And people are like, one up podcast? Who is that? That's gonna be. It's gonna blow us up. We'll be like, oh, this dude just whooped that trick. That dude. That's what he just whooped that trick. Dude. You know what I mean? Like, just I don't know. Something can happen. If it takes those Gooch to get us to 1 million subs, fuck it. Gooch all day long. To 1 million subs, I'll take it.
You know, there's a Brilliant Dave episode about this where he dresses up in a yellow zoot suit and screams, "Somebody suck me!" And it ends that deadpan. And then it didn't really work out for him. It goes viral, but it does nothing for his rap career. So I don't think that's the route.
All right, my bad though. Try to get you involved there.
You gonna get us out of here, Chuck?
Yeah, no. Like always, people, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the shares, the comments. Please feel free to comment on this one. Say if I'm wrong or whatever. I don't care at this point. Like, just comment, man. We love it. We enjoy it. Shout out to everybody watching us, friends, family, people in the UK. Blah, blah. Everybody. Though you're on mute.
You're on mute?
Joey's
I
been
don't know
muted
what
for
the
like
fuck's up
20
with this
minutes.
guy, bro.
He said, never mind.
You just been talking to yourself over there.
This fucking guy, man. As always, people, go one up yourself. You have a choice. One up it.
Blue pill, it's 50-50. You're either going to live poor or you're going to live rich. Just choose rich. 50% chance.